wanted to learn was divided by sight, and if you're looking for help with writing or your creativity, you come to the right place. If you guys are new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for videos and live streams. And if you're a returning guest, welcome back to my channel. So I was tagged by Sydney of Seeing Blind to do a tag video that Kayla with a C helped create, and they used a Likert scale, which means if I strongly agree or strongly disagree with the topics, for the blind community asking if all blind people think alike.
First question, does being blind enhance your senses?
So, I kind of disagree with this topic. I think Sydney did an excellent job of explaining it. Say for instance, like you're hearing alone, it's more attuned because when you can't see, you're relying more on your other senses such as touch, smell, and hearing to help you identify what you can't visually see. And interesting enough, in my case, because of Bardet-Biedl syndrome, I actually have a very limited, almost non-sense of smell. If the smell is very potent, I can kind of detect it and with like through a smoke screen, but any normal or subtle smell I cannot seem to detect.
I prefer to date other blind people.
Ooh, can I be like neutral on the topic?
That's one of the pets for the still.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't really dated anyone at all, so I wouldn't put it past the idea of dating someone that was disabled, whether it would be a visual impairment or any other type of disability. I think it would make you more compatible because you would understand where they're coming from.
Next question. I'm less shallow towards romantic partners.
I don't get the question.
So, like, you're not vain, you don't want to be, like, showered with romance or praise and nothing?
I don't know. When Sydney explained the answer to this question, I still was like, meh? So the question, what? I'm more shallow towards being romantic?
Less shallow about romantic partners.
Oh, I'm thinking it's like the idea of not letting the disability interfere with how you would show either romance or appreciation towards your partner.
I don't know, I said it's a weird question.
It's a weird question.
It doesn't make much sense.
I'm like rambling, trying to piece together an answer. I would just disagree. I'm not a shallow person. I'm stubborn and patient, but I am very trusting and I'm willing to give the person multiple chances.
Next question. Unsolicited help makes things harder.
Ooh.
Rant time?
I almost went there. Okay, well here's the thing. So, and with anyone, whether they're disabled or not, it's if the help is wanted. If somebody comes along and sees that I'm visually impaired or struggling, and they force themselves on me to try and help me, which I think is what they mean by the term unsolicited,
yes,
right?
It means forced upon without asking.
Right. Yes, that is a hindrance because they are hindering on your independence and they can almost make you feel incompetent of your own skills.
Or in my case, you get startled and you hit them with your cane.
Hit them or beat them?
Little time A, little time B.
I mean, there's no harm in asking someone for help if you try to do it first independently and you're struggling and you think that you need help to get the job done. I mean, like I said, I'm stubborn, so I will try it multiple times and fail before I ask for help. But in Nicole's answer, it's like the most extreme case of someone forcing their opinion on you or helping you. And that's scary.
Especially when you're trying to cross the street.
Yeah, you don't even know the person. They just come up to you and grab you and start dragging you. It's like, get away from me! But then you're stuck then. So on top of trying to handle a situation that you are struggling with because of your vision, now you're tacked on with a stressful situation where you don't feel safe.
Right. The city I live in is easily accessible to me.
Oh God, no. I strongly disagree.
I want to say, in Maryland? Heck no. Unless you live in Silver Spring.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we lived there when we were a kid, but we don't know how the city has changed since then.
But it's where they hold Festival Olympics, so they gotta have something there.
Maybe that's why it's higher scrutiny of that city to be accommodating than any other city. But I mean, even just in our own neighborhood, despite being near a populated shopping center and near a main street, none of the sidewalks are even. Some of the sidewalks look like they're pieced together. And every time you do a crossing, a street crossing or intersection crossing, you might as well hope that you have a lucky cricket.
Oh, yeah.
Because drivers will just do what they want to do and ignore your crossing even if you have the right of way.
Next question. I'm offended when blind is used as a restrictive word for me.
Again, I strongly agree. I believe that your disability should not be your only defining attribute about yourself. Yes, I'm visually impaired. Yes, it affects me daily and almost every activity I do in my life. But it's not the only thing that you should know about me. And I think when you use that as a sole description of someone, that's giving them an injustice because blindness is a spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, we already have that problem with other parts of society that tend to see where as you're chasing their job, they just see cane. That's all they see.
They see the cane and they think the worst of you.
Right.
Because they just think whatever stereotypes that are out there, they must all be true about you.
Next one. Being blind has affected my mental health.
Oh. Crap. Strongly agreed tenfold.
Come on, Rat.
He does not fear any deal with depression and anxiety. It's like,
Come on.
how I see myself is affected by how society sees me. Again, because they just see the stereotype and they think, oh, she has a cane, she's blind, she can't do anything for herself. Let's pacify her and feel sorry for her. Let's hold her hand and do everything for her because she can't think or do anything for herself.
Yay, we finally had to rant out. I knew it was coming.
Are you happy?
Yep.
God, and even then, some people use an excuse like, I've never met a blind person before. So what I think is okay, even if it's wrong. So the next question is, have I faced discrimination? Well, I can barely say the word. That's a hard word to say.
Yeah, I got flustered, so Lauren did that one. And now time for the rant.
I don't know what to rant about. There's been so many.
Tough rant?
That's horrible. Well, I guess it also depends on how you would define discrimination. Do you define it as not getting the job you wanted because they saw the cane and just said any excuse they could think of that wasn't, we actually can't hire you because you're blind, because that would be against the law?
You have that. You had the fact that in schooling you're held back or held down because if you had certain intelligence, that means you weren't disabled, which I always thought that was stupid.
Well, that always hurt me the most because, and I was never tested for this effect from Bardet-Biedl syndrome of a learning disability, but I always felt like I actually was behind. And it would make sense because Nicole wanted to be in GT classes. And it always seemed like Nicole's on one end of it and I'm on the other.
Yeah, which is town BBS, is that every person's different.
Right. But then when people would say that I'm mentally delayed because I can't see, it would always struck a chord with me. Like, oh, you can't see it, so you must not know how to read.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, our schooling sucked. Like, if it hadn't been for Mom forcing us all to do homework at the table at the same time, I really don't think we would learn anything in school.
Yeah. So having that little piece of paper that proves I pissed away hundreds of dollars in money towards an education is kind of pointless. All that money for a piece of paper that you can also burn.
Yeah, but it showed that you stuck to it despite people not thinking you should be there.
But I feel like that's something I faced a lot in education.
Yeah.
I feel like even when the teachers didn't know how to deal with me in high school because that's where I lost the most vision, it still seemed like it was my fault.
I don't think that's your fault. It's just that either they didn't understand or just were lazy and didn't want to do extra work. Alright, another interesting question. If BBS
or RP, sorry.
Yes. To be fit for the tour and do back full sight, what do you take up?
Ooh, this is probably the hardest question in here. I don't know.
Well, here's another part of that. So it's pretty clear that there's certain points in your life where you had better vision than recent.
Right.
If the tour could reset that, what do you choose then?
Again, I don't know.
Okay, so where would it stand? You agree, disagree, strongly agree, neutral?
I'm torn. On the one hand, there's things that I could experience that I was unfortunately not able to because of being born visually impaired.
Like,
eventually being old enough to drive, being able to see the stars or constellations.
Well, I mean, we learned how to drive from our sister. Oh, good memories.
But yeah, I always wonder if I would be more content or if I would be able to deal with my vision loss better if I had better vision during my schooling and then I lost my vision, because just my mental health took a very hard hit because of the things I experienced. But then again, would I appreciate life as much as I do now? Being able to do the things I still can do because of the little bit of vision I have, or, learning the skills of being adaptive, stubborn, tenacious to get the things I want done despite not being able to see,
So you'd be neutral. You don't agree or disagree.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if there was a cure. I just don't think I would take it. That sounds bad.
So you disagree with it?
Yeah, I think I do. I think the cure would be good for those that haven't been able to accept their vision loss like I have. I definitely do have hard days and days when I want to throw in the towel and regret having this disability, but most of the days it's cool, I found a way around this hard thing that a person that was sighted could do no problem.
Right.
And I think that's where the sighted community tries to heroize when we do things that they do on a normal day.
Oh, I hate that.
Because to them it's well, if I was ever blind or visually impaired, there's no way I could do that. Because they can't empathize with the things that you're going through. So therefore, to them, it's impossible. So, I hope you guys found this tag entertaining. I would definitely follow the tag and watch the other videos of other people that have done it. Everybody has different answers, and you get to learn more about each person who you're watching them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for future videos and live streams. I am starting to do live stream on Fridays at 3 p.m. The podcast with Nicole, Saturdays at 3 p.m. They're both Eastern. I always forget to say the time zone. And then Tuesdays, me, Nicole, and Sam Wicker do a stream at 3 p.m. Eastern. Either on my channel.
What will be this Tuesday?
Yes. Woohoo! I get to be the boss. I get to be the boss.
So you say.
Nicole's channel, which is the Blind Mage. And then Sam's channel, which is writer Sam Wicker. So I hope you guys like the video and check out the others in the playlist I will make after this video. So, who do I want to tag for these questions? I think I'm going to be nice and leave it open-ended for anybody that wants to do it. I believe that you don't have to be visually impaired. You can have any type of disability to answer the questions. I think it would still apply to you.
Yeah, you just have to tweet the questions if it, you.
Right. And I think it goes without saying that Nicole should do it.
You guys will hear my rants.
I plead the fifth.
Oh.
So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!